जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी जीव की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग शिष्य राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौराहुरी की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग शिष्य राधा नयननाथ जीव की जय। जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ देव की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिष्ठ ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस अष्टोत्तर सचिशील भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिष्ठ ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस अष्टोत्तर सचिशील भक्ति दैत माधव गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिष्ठ ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस अष्टोत्तर सचिशील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। जय परमहंस शिल गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय शिशिल सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय वैष्णव सर्वम शिला जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुवरे की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गो गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंद आत्मक श्री ब्रज मंदिर की जय। जय श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय। जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। वंदे हम श्री गुरो श्री जुता पादा कमला श्री गुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्री रूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol 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 Hari Bol. We are hearing SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM. Yesterday we heard how Dhruva came back home and he was received by all people, and when he became mature and was commanding respect from everyone and was very qualified, and ministers also agreed, then King Uttanpat gave him the kingdom, and he himself thought that I have to give welfare to my real self, to my Atma. So he detached himself from all these worldly matters and entered into forest to do bhajan. He actually went physically, because at that time it was possible, but nowadays living in forest means with detachment. You can live in house or anywhere, but with detachment, not with any sense enjoyment, but in the worship of Supreme Lord. The next chapter 10 in 4th canto, Dhruva Maharaja's fight with the Yakshas. Maitreya Uvach Prajapatir Duhitaram Shishu Marasya Vaidruva Upayeme Brahmi Nama Tat Suto Kalpavatsaro. The great sage Maitreya said, My dear Vidur, thereafter Dhruva Maharaj married the daughter of Prajapati Shishumara, whose name was Brahmi, and two sons named Kalpa and Vatsara were born of her. So though Dhruva became pure devotee, but he got married and he got children. There is no problem. But everything done for the service of Krishna, because Krishna told him, you will go and you will do this. Ilayam api bharyayam vayoh putriam mahabalach putram utkalana manam yoshit ratnam ajijanat. The greatly powerful Dhruva Maharaj had another wife named Ila, who was the daughter of the demigod Vayu. By her he begot a son named Utkala and a very beautiful daughter. Demigod Vayu Pavandev is very powerful. But he also has power given by Supreme Lord. Once it happened, in Kena Upanishad you will find, demigods, they were proud of winning battle over demons, but it was due to empowerment by Supreme Lord. But they became proud and they said, it is due to our credit. Then in order to cut their pride, Supreme Lord came in the form of one Yaksha, and he was staying there, and Indradev told to, like for example, first to Vayu, to go there and see who is that person. And Vayu came there and that person asked him, who are you? He said, I'm Vayu. You have any power? Yes, I can blow anything I want. Whole world I can blow. Then Supreme Lord gave one grass there and he told him, you blow this, but he could not. Then he was surprised. Then Agni Dev came, he could not burn nothing. No one can do anything. Why? Because all power is given to us by Supreme Lord. No one has any separate power. But when they are given that power, Vayu is very powerful demigod. Once also in America, when Sai Maharaj was there, he was giving Harikatha. Then one boy in public program stood up and said, I don't believe in God. Then Sai Maharaj told him, who has given you the power to say, I don't believe in God? If he withdraws that power from you, can you say this? That I don't believe in God? It is given by God, and Sai Maharaj is realized soul, so that boy could not say anything, because Sai Maharaj knows how this is working. So we see here, in those days, it was not wrong for one man, especially king, to have more wives. That is no problem, and he can take care of more wives, and they are serving. And he got, and she was also very high birth. She was daughter of Vayu, Pavandev, and he got one more son from her, and also one beautiful daughter. It is stated in Shastra, one has to practice brahmacharya, means following Brahma, means Supreme Lord. In general sense it means celibacy, but it actually means going towards Supreme Lord. So this is two kinds. When one is practicing celibacy, no association with opposite sex, they are staying in Gurukula and studying Vedas. Then after they become mature, those who want to get married, they can marry with the permission of Guru, and some will stay brahmacharis and then sannyasis, like this. So that is one kind of brahmacharya. And another kind of brahmacharya, it is stated in Shastra, if one is associating with his wife, according to Vedic principle, only one wife, no any extramarital relations, and for good progeny, if he does, that is also brahmacharya. It is not outside of brahmacharya, because that is Vaida, means according to rules and regulations of Shastra. Krishna told in Gita, I am that kind of calm or lust which is not against scriptural injunction. Krishna is that. So this is also brahmacharya, going towards Brahma. Uttamas tvakrito mrigayayam baliyasa hatah punya janenandro tan matasya gatim gata. Dhruva Maharaj's younger brother Uttama, who was still unmarried, once went on a hunting excursion and was killed by a powerful yaksha in the Himalaya mountains. Along with him, his mother Suruchi also followed the path of her son. And here it is explained, means she also died. Already we heard Supreme Lord already predicted this before. He already knows what kind of tendencies one jiva has and what kind of result one has. When you remember, when Supreme Lord was giving blessing to Dhruva, that time he told him, in future this will happen. He will go hunting, he will die. And Mother Suruchi will also go. And there it is explained by Acharyas that because she did that offense to Dhruva before, that is why now she got her own result. But Dhruva thought she's not the cause of my suffering because she's only instrumental. He got that sort of behavior which was due to his own karma before. But what she did, that was also wrong, and she got result now. Dhruva bratri vadam shrutva kopa marsha shucharpitaha jaitram syan danam astaya gatah punya janalayam. When Dhruva Maharaj heard of the killing of his brother Uttama by the Yakshas in the Himalaya mountains, being overwhelmed with lamentation and anger, he got on his chariot and went out for victory over the city of the Yakshas, Alakapuri. Because they did unlawful fight. They were many, surrounded him, and they killed him. So that was wrong. And now one may ask that, I also asked one time Gurudev this question, that why Dhruva became angry and went to fight? He's already pure devotee. What is the necessity? Then Gurudev told me, because he was the king, and that was unjust act, and also his relative was killed. It is king's duty to solve this, to chastise the miscreants. That is why Dhruva, as doing his duty as a king, he did this. That Varna Ashram duty. Yes. Dhruva Maharaj was the king, and when his brother was unceremoniously killed, it was his duty to take revenge against the Yakshas from the Himalayas. Means he has to chastise the miscreants, wrongdoers. Like Srila Sridhar Maharaj many times told, Arjuna was Kshatriya and on the battlefield for righteous war. That is why Krishna told him, you have to fight. And also because Krishna wanted to remove the burden of demoniac kings in this world, so he told him, that is my mission and you will only be my instrument. So Krishna gave him such instruction. But if Uddhava was there, then hearing same instructions, means Krishna will instruct him what to do, then Uddhava would enter into forest, not fight, because that was not his duty, but it was Arjuna's duty. So everyone has to do their own duty given by Supreme Lord. It is not same for all. Gatvo dichim disham raja rudranuchara sevitam dadarsha himavad dronyam purim guhyaka sankulam. Dhruva Maharaj went to the northern direction of the Himalayan range. In a valley, he saw a city full of ghostly persons who were followers of Lord Shiva. They are worshipping Lord Shiva in Tamoguna. There in Tamoguna. Dadmo Shankam Brihad Bahuh Kham Dishas Chanu Nadayan Yeno Dvigna Drisha Kshatar Upadevyo Trasan Brisham. Maitreya continued, My dear Vidur, as soon as Dhruva Maharaj reached Alakapuri, he immediately blew his conch shell, and the sound reverberated throughout the entire city and in every direction. The wives of the Yakshas became very much frightened. From their eyes it was apparent that they were full of anxiety. This is always Kshatriya in those days. Also you will find in Kurukshetra, they will blow their conch shell. That is, means they will show their power through that sound, and the other party will be frightened to hear that sound. That is expression for Kshatriyas, like victory sound. Tato nishkramya balina upadeva mahabhataha asahantastaninadam abipetur uda yudha. One second. O hero Vidur, the greatly powerful heroes of the Yakshas, unable to tolerate the resounding vibration of the conch shell of Dhruva Maharaj, came forth from their city with weapons and attacked Dhruva. This is always Kshatriya, they cannot tolerate. Like we are hearing during Kartik Brata, that Gajendra Moksha, we are hearing, and one lion, when he's roaring, then there is echo. That same roaring is coming back, but he feels it is some other lion roaring, and he cannot tolerate the presence of another lion. That is their nature, because lion means leader, their king. So Kshatriyas also their kings. They cannot tolerate any other sound. So then those lions, they roar more loudly. And then again more echo is coming, and they're thinking, oh, that lion is showing his prowess. Again he cannot tolerate, he has to do more sound, like this is going on. So here also Dhruva blew conch shell, and they cannot tolerate. Who is? They have to come and they have to fight. That is Kshatriya nature. Cannot tolerate any insult or any disrespect or anything. They immediately came and they attacked Dhruva. Satan apatato vira ugra dhanva maharataha ekaikam yugapat sarvan ahan banais tribih. Dhruva Maharaj, who was a great charioteer and certainly a great bowman also, immediately began to kill them by simultaneously discharging arrows 3 at a time. This is only experts they can do. Juddha, there is Juddha Shastra for fighting is also. Dronacharya was guru for fighting for Arjun. So they have their training, Kshatriyas. So this is a great bowman he was firing. Tevai lalata lagnais tair ishubih sarva evahi matva nirastam atmanam asham san karma tasya tat. When the heroes of the Yakshas saw that all their heads were being thus threatened by Dhruva Maharaj, they could very easily understand their awkward position, and they concluded that they would certainly be defeated. But as heroes, they lauded the action of Dhruva. They said, very good. Kshatriyas, they also appreciate. Those who are not nowadays Kali Yuga Kshatriyas, but normal Kshatriyas, they will always appreciate the fighting of, if it is good, of the opposite party. So they said, very good, he is fighting. As heroes. Tepi chamum am rishyantah padasparsham ivo ragaha shareir avidyan yugapat dvigunam prachi kirshavaha. Just like serpents who cannot tolerate being trampled upon by anyone's feet, the Yakshas, being intolerant of the wonderful prowess of Dhruva Maharaj, threw twice as many arrows, 6 from each of their soldiers. And thus they very valiantly exhibited their prowess. They also did. Tatah parigha nistrimshei prasashula parashvadei shakti rishtibir bushundibhisht chitravajai shareir api abhyavarshan prakopitaha saratam saha sarathim ichantastat pratikartum ayutanam trayodasha. The Yaksha soldiers were 130,000 strong, in so much men, all greatly angry and all desiring to defeat the wonderful activities of Dhruva Maharaj. With full strength, they showered upon Maharaj Dhruva, along with his chariot and charioteer, various types of feathered arrows. Parighas means iron bludgeons. I don't know what is bludgeons. Nistrimshas means swords. Prasashulas means tridents. Parashvadhas means lances. Shaktis means pikes. Rishtis, spears. And Bushundi, weapons. Here there is no translation. What is Bushundi? So many things they threw on Dhruva. Outanapadih satada Shastra Varshena Bhurina Na Eva Drishya Tachanna Asarena Yatagiri. Dhruva Maharaj was completely covered by an incessant shower of weapons, just as a mountain is covered by incessant rainfall. Here in commentary it is written, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur points out in this connection that although Dhruva Maharaj was covered by the incessant arrows of the enemy, this does not mean that he succumbed in the battle, like succumbed, submitted. No. The example of a mountain's peak being covered by incessant rain is just suitable. For when a mountain is covered by incessant rain, all dirty things are washed from the body of the mountain. Similarly, by the incessant shower of arrows from the enemy, gave Dhruva Maharaj new vigor to defeat them. In other words, whatever incompetency he might have had was washed away. And he cannot be killed. That is not possible, because already Supreme Lord told that even he will never get old, what to speak of killed. Ha ha karas tadaivasit sidanam divi pashyatam hatoyam manavah suryo magnah punya janarnave. All the Siddhas from the higher planetary systems were observing the fight from the sky. And when they saw that Dhruva Maharaj had been covered by the incessant arrows of the enemy, they roared tumultuously. The grandson of Manu, Dhruva, is now lost. They cried that Dhruva Maharaj was just like the sun, and that now he had set within the ocean of Yakshas. They thought now it is end. He will die. But Nadatsu yatu dhaneshu jaya kashishu ato mride udatishtat ratastasya niharat iva bhaskaraha. The Yakshas, being temporarily victorious, exclaimed that they had conquered Dhruva Maharaj. But in the meantime, Dhruva's chariot suddenly appeared, just as the sun suddenly appears from within foggy mist. There is fog, then you don't see sun. But then after some time, then that fog will be dispersed and sun will be visible. Like that, Dhruva was covered by those weapons, but he reappeared like a sun from fog. Dhanur Vispurjayan Divyam Dvishatam Kedam Udvahan Astraugham Vyadhamat Baner Gana Nikam Ivanilaha. Dhruva Maharaj's bow and arrows twanged and hissed, causing lamentation in the hearts of his enemies. He began to shoot incessant arrows, shattering all their different weapons, just as the blasting wind scatters the assembled clouds in the sky. Heavy fighting. I asked that time, Gurudev, later it will come, that then why Dhruva was killing so many? Like then Swayambhuva Manu will say, you are cruel. I asked Gurudev, why? If he is a pure devotee, then how? Then Gurudev told, because Dhruva is very powerful. Here you can see. He reappeared and he incessantly shooting arrows, and he destroyed all their weapons. And later on also we will find in Bhagavatam that all those whom Dhruva killed because he is pure devotee, they all got good destinations. Next life, they were promoted to higher planetary systems. But because it was his duty as a king to solve the problem of miscreants, that is why he is very powerful. But another point will come here, which is also very important. Now will come. Tasya te chapa nirmukta. Now it is conventional fighting, but then something else will happen. Tasya te chapa nirmukta bhitva varmani rakshasam kayan avivishu stigma girin ashanayo yatha. The sharp arrows released from the bow of Dhruva Maharaj pierced the shields and bodies of the enemy, like the thunderbolts released by the King of Heaven, which dismantled the bodies of the mountains. They threw so many weapons, but Dhruva's chariot is so strong, and his armor and everything, they could not do anything to him. But he destroyed everything. There's so many. Like Indra, he will throw thunderbolt, then all peaks of the mountain, they are destroyed. Like that. It is not easy to destroy the mountain, but thunderbolt can. That is why this example is given. The Dhruva could destroy them, though there were so many and well armed and armored. Bhalaih sanchidya mananam shirobhish charu kundalai urubir hema talabhair dorbir valaya valgubi hara keyura mukutair ushniseishcha mahadhanai astritasta rana bhuvo rejur vira manoharaha. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidur, the heads of those who were cut to pieces by the arrows of Dhruva Maharaj were decorated very beautifully with earrings and turbans. The legs of their bodies were as beautiful as golden palm trees. Their arms were decorated with golden bracelets and armlets, and on their heads there were very valuable helmets bedecked with gold. All these ornaments lying on that battlefield were very attractive and could bewilder the mind of a hero. Here is Sai Maharaj telling, it appears that in those days soldiers used to go to the battlefield highly decorated, with golden ornaments and with helmets and turbans, and when they were dead, the booty was taken by the enemy party, means all that gold and everything. Their falling dead in battle with their many golden ornamental dresses was certainly a lucrative opportunity for the heroes on the battlefield. Hata Vashishta Itare Rana Jirat Raksho Ganak Kshatriya Varya Sayakai Prayo Vivrikna Vayava Vidu Druvur Mrigendra Vikririta Yuthapa Iva. The remaining yakshas who somehow or other were not killed had their limbs cut to pieces by the arrows of the great warrior Dhruva Maharaj. Thus they began to flee, just as elephants flee when defeated by a lion. I remembered one time, our god sister, she asked our Nishkinchan Maharaj from Chandigarh that I was reading Mahabharata, and there where there is description of fighting on the battlefield, then there is very graphic, vivid description of like how their heads are cut off and blood everywhere and the limbs cut off, all these things. Then she asked, how is it that like in a spiritual literature such like ghastly descriptions are given there? Why? Like spiritual should be like peaceful, but why like this blood everywhere, cut, hand, all this? Then Nishkinchan Maharaj said, yes, it is necessary. Because in Bhagavad Gita, in Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita is there. So the point is that this is a kind of test. Whether you really understood and you accepted that this body is only the container. It is not the person. Person is the soul, which cannot be cut, cannot be killed, nothing. That is the real person. This body is material. This only can be killed. So, if you are feeling disturbed by hearing those descriptions of how their bodies were cut, it means you did not accept the teaching of Mahabharata. Within it, Gita is there, Krishna is telling, there is Dehi and there is Deho. One is body, one is who is in the body, that Atma, and that cannot be killed. It is a test whether you really accept or you realized Atma or not. I remember because here also such descriptions are there. Apashyamanah sa tada tatayinam mahamridhe kanchana manavotama purim didrikshan api navishadvisham namainam veda chikirshitam jana. Dhruva Maharaj, the best of human beings, observed that in that great battlefield, not one of the opposing soldiers was left standing with proper weapons. He then desired to see the city of Alakapuri, but he thought to himself, no one knows the plans of the mystic yakshas. Our Gurudev explained that it was very suspicious, that there was a silence and no one anywhere. Dhruva was feeling that it was suspicious. Iti bruvamsh chitra ratah sva saratim yatah paresham pratiyoga shankitaha shushrava shabdam jaladhir iveritam nabasvato dikshu rajo nva drishyata. In the meantime, while Dhruva Maharaj, doubtful of his mystic enemies, was talking with his charioteer, they heard a tremendous sound, as if the whole ocean were there, and they found that from the sky a great dust storm was coming over them from all directions. So his suspicion proved true. He knew there is something is wrong. Why no one is anywhere? Everything is very silent. There is something here. He felt it. Now this is happening. Sound and like this coming, and more will. Ksha ne na chaditam vyoma ghana nikena sarvataha vispurat tarita dikshu trasayat stana yitnuna. Within a moment, the whole sky was overcast with dense clouds, and severe thundering was heard. There was glittering electric lightning and severe rainfall. Nowadays also, there are some people, they are trying to control weather in this world by so many methods. Some with evil intentions, some like just they want to experiment, they are doing. But here also yakshas, we'll find out, they also knew how to do this. Vavrushu rudi raugha srik puya vin mutra meda saha Nipetur Gaganatasya Kabandani Agratonagha. My dear faultless Vidur, in that rainfall there was blood, mucus, pus, stool, urine, and marrow, falling heavily before Dhruva Maharaj, and there were trunks of bodies falling from the sky. Tatah ke drishyata girir nipetu sarvato disham gada pari gha nistrimsha musala shush sashma varshinaha. Next, a great mountain was visible in the sky, and from all directions hailstones fell, along with lances, clubs, swords, iron bludgeons, same word as before, bludgeon, and great pieces of stone. Ahayo shani nishvasa vamantognim rushakshibih adya dhavan gajamata simha vya grashcha yutashaha. Dhruva Maharaj also saw many big serpents with angry eyes, vomiting forth fire and coming to devour him, along with groups of mad elephants, lions, and tigers. See what is happening. Samudra urmi bhir bhimah plavayan sarvato bhuvam asasadamaha hrada kalpanta iva bishanaha. Then, as if it were the time of the dissolution of the whole world, the fierce sea with foaming waves and great roaring sounds came forward before him. Evam vidanyane kani trasanani ama nasvinam sasrijus tigmagataya asurya mayaya suraha. The demon yakshas are by nature very heinous, and by their demoniac power of illusion they can create many strange phenomena to frighten one who is less intelligent, like black magic or voodoo, like these things, by mystic. But their demoniac power of illusion, they do this. But here it is written that only those who are less intelligent, they can be frightened by such illusion. There is example, you remember, in the life of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there was that yogi, Bishkishan. When he was arrested by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he also did many, by mystic powers, he did many disturbances in the family of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. His daughter became sick, and also Bhaktivinoda Thakur sick, but many troubles he did. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur was not afraid of anything. Why? Because he is not less intelligent. He knows what is happening, and Krishna is there to protect. Then he punished him. He judged that he is guilty of so many things, and he put in prison. Then that yogi committed suicide in that prison. But here we will see Dhruva also was temporarily, he was bewildered, we will see now. Dhruve prayuktam asurais tam mayam ati dustaram nishamya tasya munaya sham asham san samagataha. When the great sages heard that Dhruva Maharaj was overpowered by the illusory mystic tricks of the demons, they immediately assembled to offer him auspicious encouragement. Dhruva was also confused, bewildered, our Guru told about when this was happening. So then these higher beings, sages, here it is written, Munaya, Munis, sages, great Munis, they came to give him encouragement because he is doing his duty. Munaya uchuh, Outanapada Bhagavam stava Sharan ga dhanva Devah kshinotu avanatarti haro vipakshan yan namadheyam abidhaya nishamya chadha lokon jasa tarati dustaram angam mrityu. This verse is very important, also famous, it is quoted. Because of this, yan namadheyam, all the sages said, Dear Dhruva, O son of King Uttanpat, may the Supreme Personality of Godhead, known as Sharanga Dhanva, who relieves the distresses of his devotees, kill all your threatening enemies. The holy name of the Lord is as powerful as the Lord himself. Therefore, simply by chanting and hearing the holy name of the Lord, many men can be fully protected from fierce death without difficulty. Thus, a devotee is saved. Here, Sai Maharaj commented, the great rishis or munis approached Dhruva Maharaj at a time when his mind was very perplexed due to the magical feats exhibited by the yakshas. A devotee is always protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By his inspiration only, the sages came to encourage Dhruva Maharaj and assure him that there was no danger because he was a soul fully surrendered to the Supreme Lord. By the grace of the Lord, if a devotee at the time of death can simply chant his holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Simply by chanting this Mahamantra, he immediately surpasses the great ocean of the material sky and enters the spiritual sky. He never has to come back for repetition of birth and death. Simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can surpass the ocean of death. So Dhruva Maharaj was certainly able to surpass the illusory magical feats of the yakshas, which for the time being disturbed his mind. He was confused, but for the time being only, they came and they told him. And now he will use this Narayan Astra that we will hear tomorrow. The point is that devotee, in any circumstance, in doing his duty, he will always take shelter of Supreme Lord by chanting his name, and by this all obstacles will be removed, and he can do his duty properly. Like Arjuna, he was also bewildered, but by the grace of Supreme Lord, he did his duty, Uddhav did, and all. And you will find our Gurudev, he used to check almanac for when is the auspicious time for traveling. And also it is like checking for some for some functions for auspicious timing like this, checking. But if, like one time Acharya Maharaj told that I have to go there and there is some Griha Pravesh, that ritual to be done, but there is no auspicious time and then we will go another place, there is some this, then Gurudev told, no problem. In any circumstance, you have to do with Harinam. With Harinam you have to chant with Kirtan, then no any inauspiciousness can come. Also one time when one devotee was asking Gurudev that about selling the flat and it was needed and there was no auspicious time at that time, something was happening, then Gurudev again said, if such circumstance is there, then you can do it, but you chant Harinam all the time. Then everything is all right. So this is the point. In all circumstances, we have to take shelter of Krishna, chanting his name. That will remove all obstacles. Like Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan tiner smaran hoy bigna binashan. Onaya se hoy nijo banchita puran. All inauspiciousness will be removed by mere remembrance of Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan, means holy name. So here they also advised him this, and now Dhruva will use this Narayan Astra, Narayan weapon. So tomorrow we will further here. Now next chapter will come. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatatatmak Shri Gaurahuri ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Shri Radha Nayananath Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Dev ki Jai. Jai Patit Pavan Shila Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Shila Parang Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Shila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanuga Guruvare ki Jai. Jai Shri Pancha Tattva Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Brinda Devi Tulsi Devi ki Jai. जय सर्वविघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंहदेव की जय। जय श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। जय श्री श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। जय श्री ध्रुव महाराज की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर परमानंदे हरि बोल। थैंक यू ऑल। दंडवत प्रणाम। हरि बोल।